Welcome you all for direct taxation class session 5. Before starting up with session 5, we will just rewind in session 4 what are the things we had discussed. So in session 4 we had discussed regarding residential status and section 10 where it says income which do not form a part of your total income, scope of total income, and also we discussed regarding methods used to reduce the tax liability where we spoke about tax planning, tax evasion, tax management, tax avoidance. So these are the things we had discussed in the previous session, and I had also highlighted regarding the residential status. So in today's class, that is in today's session 5, we will discuss regarding residential status of an individual. So here residential status of an individual, it is very essential from the income tax authority or from the individual point of view. So before starting up with the session, so I would like to tell you, hope all of you have seen this book, or if you would have not seen, might be in your degree also you might have seen this. So this is what the book which has been recommended for you guys. So I preferably suggest you guys, hopefully you can purchase this or else you can somehow borrow from your friends if they have. So this is what it covers, your entire syllabus of your direct taxation. Completely all 6 modules are covered over this. So this can be used by you guys. So preferably try to get it. Okay. Next, now we will move on to session where I had said regarding the residential status. So in the previous session also we had spoke about this residential status. So where I had told you about how the residential status will be for firm. For the firm it will be only 2 categories, that is resident in India and non-resident. So we will not much touch upon your firm related, but from your examination viewpoint or else from an individual how the tax will be assessed, from that viewpoint we will discuss regarding the residential status of an individual in today's class. So what do you mean by this residential status? So first and foremost thing is here residential status in the sense what it will be defining the individual status with respect to that particular country. Right. So if I am an Indian, so it will be deciding my residential status here what it is. So as I said here in your residential status of an individual, it will be 2 categories. One is resident in India, another one is non-resident in India, where your resident in India is also classified into ordinary resident and not ordinarily resident as well as non-resident. Next thing. So these are the 2 status what an individual will be having when we make the computation of your tax liabilities. So and also if you want to determine the residential status, so if you want to determine the residential status, you need to satisfy certain conditions. So which are those conditions? That is primary condition, or it is also said as basic condition. Another one is secondary condition or additional condition. So these are the conditions which you should know before solving the problems. So in the previous class also we had discussed about this, no issues. Again I will repeat once again. As I said, basic condition will be 6 subsection 1, right. So here he is an Indian in the previous year for a period of 182 days or more. That is one basic condition. Second basic condition, he is in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year and 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. These are the 2 basic conditions which you need to remember. So for second condition, where we have 2 split offs, they say that period of 60 days or more during the previous year, that is one part. Another part is they say that 365 days or more during the 4 immediately preceding the previous year. So income tax authority says certain exemptions for this basic condition B, right. So where they say that in case if any individual who is an Indian citizen, means origin should be an Indian, if he is living India in the previous year, it might be for employment or it might be for the business purpose. So at that particular time, whatever in the second condition they say 60 days, it will be extended as well as it will be said as 182 days. Means instead of treating it as 60 days, you need to treat it as 182 days while calculating the problem. And one more thing, in case if any Indian, right, if he is coming for India in the previous year on a visit, so at that particular point of time also, the 60 days will be extended into 182 days. So this is what related to your basic condition you need to remember. Next thing is additional condition, or also it is also called as your secondary condition. So what do you mean by this additional condition? So additional condition, it says section 6 subsection 6. So here also we come across two additional conditions. One is he has been in India, that is resident in India at least 2 years out of 10 previous years immediately preceding the previous year. One condition. Second condition, he has been in India for a period of 730 days or more during the 7 years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. So these are the additional conditions. So while solving the problem based on the residential status, you need to know this theoretical concept or this conditions you need to remember. So based on this, we will determine what is the residential status of an individual, right? So here we came across in your conditions, I said resident in India. So what do you mean by that? Here few things you need to remember with respect to residential status. So what I said resident in India. So what do you mean by this resident in India? In the sense, if any individual, if he is satisfying at least any one of the basic condition, right? Any one of the basic condition, he will be treated as resident in India. Means, as I said, so what are the basic conditions we had told? So in the two basic conditions will be there, where one is said as he should be in India in the previous year for a period of 182 days or more. That is one condition. Second condition says he should be in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year and 365 days or more during the 4 immediately preceding the previous year. These are the two conditions. So in case if you want to say that an individual is a resident in India, he should satisfy either the one of this basic condition. Then he will be said as resident in India. So resident in India again has two categories, that is ordinarily resident, another one is not ordinarily resident. So if you want to say that an individual is resident and ordinarily resident, or resident but not ordinarily resident, then again you need to satisfy the conditions. So what are those conditions again? In case if you want to say he is an ordinary resident, which is also termed as resident and ordinarily resident. So what here it says, an individual must satisfy any one of the basic condition and both the additional conditions. So here in case if you want to say a person is resident and ordinarily resident, at that point of time he should satisfy one of the basic condition and two of the additional conditions, then he will be termed as resident and ordinarily resident. So that you need to remember. Next thing is not ordinarily resident, and also it is also termed as resident but not ordinarily resident. So what do you mean by this? How you will determine this? So again here also they should satisfy certain conditions. So what are those conditions? Again here an individual must satisfy one of the basic condition, right, and one or none of additional conditions. He might satisfy one additional condition or he might not satisfy none of the additional conditions. So at that particular time he will be said as resident and not ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. This is one status. Next thing is non-resident. So if you want to call an individual as non-resident, so at that particular point of time it will be said as if an individual does not satisfy any basic condition. Means if he is not satisfying basic condition, you will not check with additional conditions. So at that point of time it clearly says he is a non-resident, which is also termed as NRI. Clear? Hopefully these things you need to remember while solving the residential status problems. So today we will discuss few problems related to this residential status. So I'll just read out the first problem. So based on that we will decide, thinking about the conditions, we will decide what will be the residential status. So first problem here, Mr. Surendra left India for the first time on May 20th, 2017. During the financial year 2019-20, he came to India on May 27th for a period of 53 days. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 2020. So now we will understand what it is. So based on the assessment year, based on the previous year, we will make the assessment of this problem, or we will determine the status or determine the residential status of Mr. Surendra. So now we will start with the problem. So before starting with the problem, you need to understand assessment year. In the first session, after the introductory session, in that session we had discussed what is assessment year, what is previous year. So for this academic year, you have to know what is the assessment year. So here assessment year in the sense 2021. So now what we are running, it is an assessment year we say. Next thing is previous year 2019-2020. So this you need to remember. This is very essential from to assess the residential status what it is. So again, while knowing your previous year, you need to know what is the date it will be from. Here it will be based on the financial year concept. So where we say that 1st April 2019 to 31st 3/2020 will be your previous year, right? So now we need to understand how Surendra's residential status is, or on what basis Surendra's residential status is all about. So I said Mr. Surendra came for the first time on May 20th 2017. So in the sense May 2017 he has came here, right? During the financial year, in the sense in the previous year, means in this year, he came to India on May 27th for a period of 53 days. They say that he was here in the previous year for 53 days. So what does basic condition says? So here your basic condition says that an individual should be there for 182 days in the previous year, right? But Mr. Surendra was there only for 53 days. So what does it mean? So he is not satisfying the basic condition, right? Means he did not fulfill the conditions which has been set by the authority to say his residential status. So what it becomes? So he came to India only for 53 days in the previous year. So in this year, this previous year, he was only there for 53 days. But condition what it asks, again I repeat, it will be asking he should be 182 days, or second condition says 60 days or 365 days. So these are the conditions he need to fulfill. But Mr. Surendra is not fulfilling the conditions over here. So what does it mean? So he has not satisfied the basic conditions. So henceforth he will become, or he will be said as non-resident in India for the assessment year 2021. So Mr. Surendra will be falling in the category of non-resident. Clear? So this is how you will be assessing the problems based on the residential status, where to decide that residential status, you need to look for the conditions and also how many days they were in India, in the previous year how many days they were. So thinking all those aspects, taking into consideration all those aspects, you need to understand. Hope you are clear with this Surendra's problem. So because he was there only for 53 days in the previous year, he is termed as non-resident in India. So this is one residential status. He is also called as NRI. Okay, well, we will move on to next problem. So I will just read out the problem first. Mr. Balaji comes to India for the first time on April 16, 2017. During his stay in India up to October 5, 2019, he stays at Delhi up to April 10, 2019, and thereafter he remains in Chennai till his departure from India. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 2021. So now we need to understand, so what are the given information here with respect to this problem. So based on that we need to solve the problem. So individual residential status we need to solve here. So where we need to understand what are the criteria, whether he is satisfying first condition or second condition, or whether he is not satisfying. So what will be his residential status, that need to be identified here. So first thing is, as I said, Mr. Balaji. So here Mr. Balaji comes to India for the first time, in the sense he is a foreign citizen, right? Clear? And when he is coming to India, he is coming to India for the first time on 16/4/2017, right? So that is one thing. When he is leaving India 5/10/2019, he is leaving India. In the sense that is in the previous year he is leaving India. So this is the basic information related to Balaji, right. So here assessment here in the sense 2021 is your assessment year, 2020-21 is your assessment year. Previous year is what? 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020. So now we will understand based on the inputs. So based on the inputs in the sense, so here what is the input with respect to this Balaji's case here is, so first thing is he is a foreign citizen or he is a foreign national, first thing. Next input is when he came to India. He came to India for the first time. When he came to India, 16/4/2017, he came to India. Next thing is when he is leaving India, 5/10/2019, that is in October he is leaving India. So till then he was in India. This is the information about Balaji. And also first thing is you need to know the assessment year again here. So what is assessment year? 2020-21 is your assessment year, where your previous year, that will be starting from 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020. So here based on this information you need to assess whether Balaji is a resident in India or not, first thing. So first condition says here he should be more than 182 days in the previous year, your first condition says. So in this case whether Balaji is satisfying or not, we need to identify. In the previous year in the sense from 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020, how many days he was here. So we need to assess. So previous year, your previous year starts from 01/04/2019. From here, for how many days he was? He left on 05/10/2019. So he left here. This is the previous year what Balaji is in India. So which are the month it will be coming across here? April, May, June, July, August, September and October. Till October means from April till October he was in India in the previous year. Who was in India? Balaji was in India in the previous year. So how many days it will be summing up? So we need to identify that, that is April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So we need to identify here. So in April how many days he was? 30 days. Next in May how many days? 31 days. Next in June again how many days? 31 days. Again in July how many days? Sorry, in June it is 30 days. In July how many days? It is 31 days. Again August 31 days. Again next is September, that is 30 days. Next October, it is when he is leaving on 5th, so it will be 5 days. So if you sum up all these things, it will be 188 days in the previous year. Means Mr. Balaji was there in India in the previous year for 188 days. So as the condition says, he should be there in India in the previous year more than 182 days. So here he is there for 188 days. So what does it mean? Therefore Balaji is satisfying the first basic condition. So as per the information available. So what he becomes? Once he is satisfying the first basic condition, what he becomes? He will be said as resident in India. So once he becomes resident in India, next thing is we have to check for whether he is satisfying the additional conditions or not. So what does additional condition says here? So your first additional condition says that he is resident in India at least 2 years out of 10 preceding previous years relevant to previous year. Clear? So in this case, what he becomes, whether he is resident or not, that we need to identify for the previous years. So when he has came to India here, he had came to India on 16/4/2017. He had to came to India. When he left on 5/10/2019. So till then he was in India, right? So at that point of time, which are the previous years that will be coming to him is, one is 2018-19, that is previous years preceding previous year. Another thing is 2017 to 18. So these were the 2 years his availability was there in India. So in this year it is said that he will be there for 365 days. Understood? So in this year he came to India on 16/4/2017. So where out of your 365 days, if you deduct 15 days, it will be 350 days. So it is 350 days. So if you sum up this, it will be 715 days, right? 715 days. So what do you understand out of this? So in these 2 cases, he is said as resident in India, right? He is said as resident in India. So what it is asking here, your first additional condition says that he is resident in India at least 2 years out of 10 previous years, immediately your preceding year, right? So here his residential status becomes resident in India for the year 18-19, that is previous year, and for the year 17-18, previous year. So what does it mean? He is resident in India for the previous year 18-19 as well as 17-18. Next thing is your second additional condition. So what your second additional condition says here? So it says that he should be in India for a period of 730 days or more during the 7 years immediately preceding the previous year. That is what it says. So when he came to India on April 16, 2017, and when he left on which 5/10/2019 he left. But here in this case till your previous year we will take into consideration, that will be summed up to 715 days, right? So what do you understand here? So he is there for 715 days. So your additional condition is, one is he should satisfy the residential status for 2 years. Another one is he should be there for 730 days. So in this case what it is means, he has satisfied one basic condition and another additional condition, that is your first additional condition he has satisfied, and he did not satisfy the second additional condition. So his residential status will become as resident but not ordinarily resident for the assessment year 2021. Clear? This is the residential status of Mr. Balaji for the assessment year. Why? Because he satisfied one basic condition and one additional condition, then he did not satisfy second additional condition. Therefore, his residential status is said as resident but not ordinarily resident. Clear? Okay. Next thing is, we will move on to one more problem, right? So based on this, and again before moving to one more problem, one clarification to clear you guys. So Mr. Balaji was not in one place, right? Mr. Balaji was not in one place during his stay to India. So that doesn't matter here, but he is in India is a matter here. So at that particular time, wherever he might be, he can stay throughout India anywhere in the previous year. So what is the number of stays in the previous year, that will be taken into consideration and we will assess the information. This is for a note. You don't get confused. So he was there in Chennai and after departure he was there somewhere. So don't get confused out of it. Just this is what the understanding. So next thing is, we will move on to one more problem. Just I will read out the problem first, then we will know the information and based on that we will make the assessment here. So next thing is, Mr. Anthony, a foreign national, not being a person of Indian origin. So you should be very cautious about this, because based on this the conditions will change. That is, in your second basic condition the 60 days will become 182 days. So that you need to remember here. So again I repeat, Mr. Anthony, a foreign national, not being a person of Indian origin, comes to India for the first time on April 15, 2015. During his financial year 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19 and 2020-21 he is in India for 130 days, 80 days, 13 days, 210 days and 75 days respectively. Determine the residential status of Mr. Antony for the assessment year 2021. Next thing is, now we will understand based on the information Mr. Antony's residential status. So here Mr. Antony was a foreign citizen. So when he came to India for the first time, he is coming to India on 15/4/2015. He is coming to India. So here also you need to identify whether he is satisfying his basic condition or not. So first basic condition. So what it says here is, what the basic condition says, an Indian should, means if you want to say that he is a resident in India, he should be there for 182 days in the previous year or more than 182 days. So but in this case, so what is the information we are having with respect to Mr. Antony? So here in 2019-20, right? So that is 1/4/2019 to 31st/3/2020. So what they are saying, Mr. Antony's presence there is 75 days in India. So what does it mean? It is said as he should be there in India for a 182 days or more. That is one basic condition. So that will not be applicable here. It will not be applicable. It will be overruled. Next thing says, right? Next, second basic condition. What it says here? He should be there in India for 60 days or more. So what does it mean? 75 days he is there, and again more than 365 days he should be there. So that again, how we have calculated that? So here 18-19 he was here, 17-18 he was here, 16-17 he was here, 15-16 he was here. So these are the information which is available with us, and also they have given us. So 210 days he was in 18-19, 17-18 he was there for 13 days, and 16-17 he was there for 80 days, and again 15-16 he was there for 130 days. So if you sum up, it is 433 days. So 75 days in the previous year and 433 days preceding the previous years, right? So what your basic condition says, what your second basic condition says here is, he should be in India there for 60 days or more during the previous year, so that he has satisfied. Next thing is, and 365 days during the 4 years immediately preceding the previous year he should be there, so he is there. So it has been fulfilled. So here Mr. Antony was in India for 75 days and 433 days. So thus what happens here is, he will be satisfying second basic condition. So based on that he become resident in India. Clear? So this is what the information. So first thing is, he has satisfied second basic condition. So once he has satisfied second basic condition, next we have to check with additional conditions whether he has satisfied or not. So next, what additional condition says? So your first additional condition, what it says here is, he is resident in India for at least 2 years out of 10 years immediately preceding the previous year. That is what they ask for you. So in this case, whether he is there or not, that we need to identify. So he within 10 years means from here, from your previous year preceding here 10 years he should be, but he is not there. He was only for 433 days, that is you will be getting only 4 previous years here for the assessment. So at that point of time, whether he was resident for 2 years, no, he was only resident in India for 1 year, that is 18-19. So what it says, so he is not satisfying the second additional condition. Second additional means in additional condition, what first condition says, that he is not satisfying here. Clear? So based on this, next thing is, what your second additional condition says here is, he has been in India for a period of 130 days or more during the 7 years immediately preceding the previous year. Again they are asking, immediately preceding the previous year means, leaving this previous year, preceding 7 years you should look for, there he should be there for 730 days. So but in this case, how many days he is there? He is present in India for only 433 days. So what do you understand out of this? Based on this, he does not satisfy any additional conditions. So now we are clear. Here he satisfied only one basic condition and he did not satisfy any of the additional conditions. So, at that point of time, what is the status of Mr. Antony? So, here in this case also he becomes resident but not ordinary resident for the assessment year 2021. Clear? So, based on the information available, we have assessed the residential status of Mr. Antony. So, in this case, as he has satisfied one basic condition and none of the additional condition, therefore, he is said as resident but not ordinarily resident in India for the assessment year 2020. Clear? Next thing is, we will move on to one more problem, right? That is Mr. Bhagwan. Mr. Bhagwan, an Indian citizen who is appointed as a senior taxation officer by the government of Nigeria, leaves India for the first time on September 26, 2019 for joining his duty in Nigeria. During the previous year 2020-21, he comes to India for 176 days. Determine the residential status of Mr. Bhagwan for the assessment year 2021 and 2021-22. So, here they have asked you for 2 assessment years, you need to identify the residential status of Mr. Bhagwan. Clear? So, now we will check out what are the information available. So, based on that, what will be the residential status of Mr. Bhagwan? Clear? So, now we will understand the solution with respect to Bhagwan. So, Bhagwan is an Indian citizen. So, based on the information what we have means what is available. So, based on this it says Bhagwan is an Indian citizen. So, for the first time he is leaving India. When he is leaving 26/9/2019 he is leaving India. Right. So, here if you recall the concepts or related to the conditions with respect to basic conditions. So, there for your second basic condition what it says, in case if there is any person who is leaving India for the first time or coming to India for the first time. So, at that point of time whatever that 60 days condition. So, this 60 days condition will become 182 days. Right. So, that you need to remember here. So, first thing, and also here they have asked you to calculate the residential status for 2 assessment year, that is one is for assessment year 2020-21 and another one is assessment year 2021 to 2022, they have asked you to calculate here. So, first and foremost thing we will go with assessment year 2021-21, that is at present whatever which is applicable for your academic year that is going on, that will be for the advanced year what we will be calculating. So, here based on the information available, so they say that 26/9/2019 he is leaving India for the first time. So, at that particular point of time the additional condition means for the conditions, that is exception of 60 days will be treated as 182 days, that will be applicable for your basic condition. So, here your first basic condition what it says 182 days or more. So, in this case he has left India in the previous year. When he has left 26/9/2019 he has left India. So, in the previous year, in the sense 1/4/2019 to 31/3/2020 he is there in India for how many days, means 30 days April 31st, that is May 31 days, June 30 days, July 31 days, August 31 days and September 26 days. So, if you sum up all these things it becomes 179 days. Clear? So, it becomes 179 days. So, where your condition requires it should be there for 182 days or more. So, here how many days he is there? 179 days. So, what does it mean? So, Mr. Bhagwan is not satisfying the condition, right? And also during the preceding previous years he should be there for 365 days, that he is satisfying, but he is not satisfying 182 days. So, at that particular thing, so what we can draw the conclusion here is he is non-resident for the assessment year 2020-21. Clear? Why? Because he has not satisfied any basic condition. So what rule says, if any individual has not satisfied any basic condition, so at that point of time he becomes non-resident. So he is a non-resident in India, that is NRI, that is for the assessment year 2020-2021. So you should be cautious when the exception will be applicable. So the exception will be applicable for the individual whenever he leaves India for the first time or whenever he is coming for India for the first time. So in this case, so what Bhagwan did, he left India for the first time in the previous year. So in the previous year he was there only for 179 days, but where the condition requires he should be there for 182 days. So in that case he has not satisfied the basic condition. So for the assessment year 2021, his residential status is said as non-resident in India for the assessment year 2021, right. Next thing, so this is one assessment year we have calculated. So another assessment year also they have asked you, right. So which is that assessment year 2021-2022, that also we need to calculate. So again you need to check with the basic condition. So first basic condition, what it says, he should be there in India for 182 days. So but in this case what they have said in the problem, that in the previous means in 2021 he comes to India for 176 days. So that is the information available in the problem. So because of that, as it is only 176 days, so what it is not fulfilling the condition. Again he is not satisfying the basic condition. So in this case also he is treated as non-resident in India. Why? Because in the previous year, so for this case 2021-2020 will become the previous year. In this previous year he is there for only 176 days. So where he is not fulfilling the condition. So as he is not satisfying the basic condition, he will be said as non-resident in India. So with respect to Bhagwan, with respect to two assessment years, so here we have calculated for two assessment year. One assessment year is 2020-21, another one assessment year is 2020-21-22. So where based on the available information his residential status stands non-resident in India. Clear? So these are the few problems with respect to your first module. So based on this only the problems will be there with respect to the basic conditions, additional conditions. So with respect to residential status of an individual, these are the problems that will be coming in your first chapter. So like this, more problems you can refer the textbooks. If you have any doubts, you can get back to us and we will clear your doubts. Thank you.